In this episode, we are on a mission in our GU Patrol, an OP2 camper to get to the Victorian border, taking the back roads through the Brindabella Ranges and Kosciusko National Park. We find some incredible camps, swimming spots, scenery, and like most of our adventures, we won't be taking the easy way through, but we nearly pushed things a little too far this time.
Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by...
Okay, now before we jump into the episode, I do have sad news or exciting news, depending on what way you want to look at it. We have sold our GU Patrol, so it has been moved on. This will be the last time you will ever see us driving it, using it on an episode. Now the reason that we sold it on is I have the GQ Patrol, which I use and prefer using for a lot of our harder, even touring trips, that sort of thing. Like, I really love this car. Demi now has the Turbo Barra 80, which she will bring on the family touring trips and stuff like that. So we have the two vehicles. And then the GU Patrol was sort of that like in-between one that didn't really get enough use anymore and just did not justify keeping, paying regos, insurances, having a very expensive, nice vehicle, spending most of its life just sitting in our backyard. And obviously, being that we are a full drive trip and build channel, we want to do builds moving on in the future as well for content, and I don't want to just keep stacking cars and cars and cars in my backyard, so I need to move some of them on as we go. We've also been working really hard for a few years now to save up and buy our own property and get our own shed and workspace. We are currently just renting, so selling the GU Patrol gave us the last bit of money we needed to clear our debts, give us that bit more savings that we now can start looking for our own house, which is very exciting for us. Anyways, long-winded backstory, jumping to the point, I did sell it onto Ozzo, who are a promotional company that are running giveaways on four-wheel drives that you guys can win. So I'll pop the link in the description and I'll put it up in the video here. So you head over to their website, you can get a promotional package for as little as $5 and go into the draw to hopefully win this GU Patrol for yourself. It's an awesome vehicle, very well set up, and I'm hoping that one of you guys will win it and get as much joy out of that vehicle as we have over the past few years. Anyways, if you want to win it, there's your chance, there's your opportunity. Back to the episode. So we're kicking off this episode just west of Canberra at the Cotta River Park camp area out here. So we got in here late last night and camped at the main campground just up the road, but we packed up this morning and popped down here to the park, dropped the Opus. I'm going to dump some air out of the tyres, and then we're waiting for a mate, Alan, who is local to the area, Grouse 4x4. He's going to come out in his 80 series cruiser this morning and take us for a drive around some of the local tracks. I'm just going to start off about 15 in the front, 16 in the rear, and then I'll see how the day goes. So Alan's arrived, caught up. Do you prefer Alan or Grouse?
Alan.
You got 80 series here. Tell us about it. What mod you done to it?
Quite a few. Bead locks, Neg 38s, 37, twin locks, Harrop blockers front and rear, chrome molly axles front and rear as well, 300M, 25% reductions, high range gears. The high range gears are to change your diff ratio without changing your diff gears to lose strength. I painted the whole car, all the bar work, turboed 1HZ.
So she's pretty capable.
Pretty capable car. I've done a few. I've broken quite a few things in it, and every time I break something, I just go to the next best thing.
And where have you brought us to today? These are your local tracks in Canberra. These are the local
tracks in Canberra. So we're just out Blue Range Hut area. There's probably the hardest tracks you'll get out here.
So Alan's just knocking some air out, and then that's our first track up there. You can see it's pretty steep. It's got some holes and ruts and rocks in it. So we'll ask the boss lady here, are you filming or are you driving?
I'm driving.
Get in.
First obstacle of the day, first track of the day, I should say, and I'm going up.
You'd probably go in the ruts or straddle like passenger side, don't try and straddle driver's side. just probably drag and diff and come have a look, probably just back it up and then give a little bump or something.
Quick little bump and the GU is up. Those big patrol diffs always catch you out. Let's see how Alan goes in the 80 series. 37s and more diff clearance, I reckon he's going to cruise on up.
I do like driving the GU. When it drives good, and I kind of trust it. I trust it when it does scary things more than I trust the 80, obviously, because I drive GU more, and I learned in the GU as well. So I'm gonna miss her. I'm gonna miss her. It was the first forward drive I drove ever.
Gotta love the sound of a big diesel idling up the tracks.
Stay my way there. Yeah.
Oh my god. Bloody hell.
Yeah, hold that line. Hold that line. Front lock is not working. Yeah, that's it. My way a little bit. My way. Yep, straight up. That's it. Yep. That was a good fun hill climb, that one. I'm getting hot running this camera around, but yeah, it's very steep and a few good holes and ruts.
Got it, boys. Oh, haven't forward drived in a while, so a bit scary.
We're up that first hill climb and we're looping around onto the next ridge, but there's a little bonus rock wall bank here that Alan's going to show us.
We've been having a super fun morning wheeling the tracks. It's great having a local to show you around, but it was time to step up the difficulty a little.
Making me do scary stuff. Kill me.
Can't be having a Land Cruiser outdrive the patrol, so we convinced Demi to have a crack too.
Straighten it up.
I said I'm slightly shitting myself.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird lean there, but just nice and slow. Nice and easy, that way.
Front lockers playing up.
It feels like it's slipping, like it's gonna slip.
Harrop lockers being Harrop lockers. Front one is, yeah, pretty hit and miss. Front locker, I reckon if that was engaged the whole time, she would have driven up it, but it's sort of holding her back and then throwing her offline a bit, but we might still get there, we'll see. It probably require a little bit more momentum. She's panicked. I think because that front locker's not working, it'll need some sort of momentum.
No, I'm not trying again. I'm not going backwards. That's my thing. I'm not going backwards.
Well, Demi had a good crack, but with that front locker playing up, it was proving to be quite the difficult climb. So I jumped in the GU to see if I could drive it with a little bit more momentum.
got there. Demi had a good crack, but it was one of those ones where you need sort of some proper commitment through it.
Obstacle conquered, and I was feeling confident. But Alan had one more hill climb lined up for us. He said he had only driven past it before, but knew it was a doozy, and oh boy was it.
Going to send me the wrong way.
Yeah.
Am I right to reverse back?
Yeah. That's gonna get worse.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's not helpful then. Why do we just winch down, I suppose? So that front logger hasn't worked. It hasn't wanted to drive the line we're on, and then the back slid around, and now I'm in a weird spot where I can't drive forward. If I try and go back, I'm going to fall right in a bad hole, and it's going to just whoosh, right up, which would probably be okay, but it's a bit dodgy.
What you got there?
I got the tread recovery bag, you know. Got to help someone before we end up in a bit of a pickle, I reckon.
Nice.
If you go back further, it's going to end up pretty bad.
So I was out with the winch, but unfortunately the hill climb was only going to get worse for the GU.
Oh shit.
That didn't work out too well. That didn't work out too well.
Lucky I had the winch on then to stop me going any further. Once we had the patrol stabilised, we repositioned the winch and I made the call just to winch me up the rest of the hill to safety.
Rock in front of his back tyre. Oh no.
We made it. We're up. That was wild.
Well, that's going to be an interesting one. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Your turn.
First bit's got me. We'll find out when I get in there, eh?
I guess.
Alan's up. Let's see if he can do any better in the 80 series. Reduction gears, twin lockers, and 37s, this cruiser is well and truly set up for tough tracks like these.
Worst case, your rear scrubby's going to stop you.
What do you have to say about that? You're scary?
Yeah.
Oh, he did it though, didn't he?
Beautifully driven. Nailed it. That's us up that section. So we made it off the tracks. Didn't end up dying in the end, which is lucky. I nearly did. Nearly killed us all. We've come back down to where we left the trailer at this Cotterdam Creek area. Just had a bit of lunch. We're going to have a swim and cool off here in the creek. It's a little bit fresh, but the water's clear and nice. And then we're going to start from there, go hook the trailer back up and start heading out into Brindabella National Park and then down through Kosciusko National Park this afternoon and find a nice camp spot out there somewhere in the mountains. Are you excited?
So excited.
Go.
Another turning point, a fork stuck in the road.
Washing your face.
Time grabs you by the wrist, directs you where to go. So
Fresh swim, fresh clothes.
Not fresh.
What do you say?
Swim's done.
Swim's done. Fresh undies. Swim's done. Fresh clothes. Now unlocking the Opus to go.
the end is right. I hope you had the time of your life. So take the photographs and still frames in your mind
The plan now, we're heading down through Kosciusko National Park via Long Plain Road, but I'd say we'll end up doing that tomorrow. The Savo's plan is to just sort of get through the Brindabella section. Alan's given us a couple of tracks we can take for a bit of fun along the way, out to a nice camp spot out here in Bondu State Forest, I believe it is. I have camped there once quite a few years back, and it's a beautiful spot on a creek. So that's the rest of our mission today. Get to that camp and try not to die along the way on any savage sections of track.
I think it was still moving. It's just dragging the diff, so if you just go back and just bump it again to drag it out a bit more.
We generally enjoy towing the OP2 and find it adds that extra challenge on the moderate tracks. A few fun obstacles to overcome as we made our way towards camp for the night.
Found ourselves a camp spot. There's like a massive area out here along the creek where there's all different camps, and there's no one else in this whole area. It is school holidays, but it's a Monday night. Well, this is beautiful. We got ourselves a fire pit just down there, big grassy area for the Opus and car, and then just down there is a little creek that runs through just behind us there. What do you think, Zeffy? Is it good? And there was a ball here for you too. That's the Opus setup. Now it's a beautiful sunny afternoon, but they are predicting some storms later on, the same as we had last night. I can see a few clouds off in the distance there, so I reckon I'm going to put the Darche awning up just in case.
We've had a super chill afternoon. Now we're cooking some dinner.
And what's for dinner tonight?
We're having omelette. Look how cute this milk is. It's so cute. It's so tiny. Why is it so tiny?
It's just a 1 litre milk.
I know, but why is it like, it just looks so cute. I want to keep the bottle forever. Now we're putting the milk in. Mozzarella.
So take the photographs and still frames in your mind.
Mushrooms. It's just to your own taste, you know. However much, whatever ingredients.
Tattoos and memories and dead skin on trial. For what it's worth, it was worth.
Turkey, baby spinach.
Something unpredictable, but in the end is right.
Now you wait until it's cooked and then you flip it. Our pan's really sticky, so I'm going to try and flip it, and don't come at me if it doesn't go in one go.
No more hop, no more hop, no more hop.
Perfect.
Perfect omelette.
Sections at a time.
Oh, give me.
There's yours.
Thank you.
How's dinner?
I just got back from China only, yesterday morning?
Yep.
I'm not feeling the best today. But I was also over there in -30. Now I'm back here in boiling heat, and we were just over there in like enclosed rooms all the time with lots of people and lots of people coughing, so definitely got something. Anyways, presentation 2.
Go on.
Taste 8. It's pretty good.
8.
Yeah,
I put my blood, sweat and tears in that.
I hope not.
And I'm feeling the strain. Oh, it is shame. Oh, give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul.
Such a beautiful spot, this one. It's just so nice out here in the mountains in this open plains area. Nice little creek flowing through here. We've been taking it very easy this morning. Last night was pretty wild, huge thunder and lightning storms all night all around us here, so we spent half the night awake, and then everything was absolutely soaked, so we've just been letting it dry out in the sun. But we are going to start packing up now, and then yeah, start heading down through Kosciusko National Park via this Long Plains Road. I don't think there's really any full driving at all, it's just a nice scenic drive through the mountains.
So camp was packed up and we started heading south down through Kosciusko National Park. Some absolutely incredible scenery through this area, and the best part, not another personal vehicle to be seen. Of course, a few small obstacles along the way to challenge the GU and trailer, but makes the drive all that much more exciting. Out of the bush we emerged and onto Long Plains Road. As the name suggests, massive open plains all around you. This drive is only accessible in the warmer months. During winter it is closed due to being covered in snow.
So I made it out of that Long Plains Road in Kosciusko National Park. Such a nice drive through there. We've hit the tar road now, so we're putting a bit of air in the tyres. And then we've got about a 2-3 hour drive down towards the Murray River, Tom Grogan area, where we'll probably camp tonight, and that'll be this bit of the gateway into the Vic High Country for the next part of our adventure.
Beautiful drive down towards the Victorian border. Although we did face a large tree that had fallen across the road, with no way around it and cars lined up either side, I jumped into action with the winch and chainsaw.
So we came across a big log on the road, and we've just spent maybe like an hour winching and cutting it off the road. There's like 10 cars or something lined up and staring. So we'll put some clips up so you can see.
That was a little bit of a mission. How long did we end up being there? Like an hour and a half? Hour. Cleared the Snowy Mountains Highway for everyone. There's a bloody big tree on the road. Thankfully, for four-wheel drivers with their winches and chainsaws.
If only. Imagine if it was banned in New South Wales.
The funny thing is, right, technically, you're banned from carrying, using a chainsaw in New South Wales national parks. I have a chainsaw with me because we're going into the high country, and there you are allowed to use it. But what am I going to say to everyone? Oh, sorry, we're just going to leave the chainsaw in the car. We'll sit here for 6 hours till SES turns up and into the night with no reception. I suppose I'll probably get a fine in the mail now for using chainsaw in New South Wales National Park for clearing the road for everyone.
But imagine how many happy people there are right now.
Yeah.
There's like 10 cars behind us waiting, and there was another 10 on the other side of the road. So.
Anyways, job done. We got the road cleared. We're dropping down off this mountain now, down into Tom Grogan, and I was actually going to suggest to you, there's another nice spot down here. I don't know whether we'll go or not, but it's like Jiha. We might check it out. Jiha. It's a pretty nice camp spot in that there. So by the time we cleared that log, the day is getting on. It's about 5:30 now, so we thought, we won't bother going the extra half hour to Tom Grogan. We'll just come into this Jiha camping area here, and we got ourselves a nice spot on the river, which is just down there. So I think we're going to come down and enjoy the water for a minute, and then we'll set up our camp up there. What do you reckon about this spot? That water's pretty nice.
Yes.
Do you like it, Zeffy? Hey Zeffy, look at the baby duck up there with the mummy and daddy duck. Hang on.
Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. And I say it's
First time here at this Jiha camping area. What's your first impressions?
Super nice, super quiet.
little darling. It's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here.
The swim was super refreshing and now we're making nachos. The swim was super refreshing and now we're making dinner with my sous chef over here.
Me.
You?
Yeah.
Yeah? What are we making?
Nah.
Nachos? We're making nachos. Step number 1 is cut up the veggies. We've got yellow and red capsicum and spring onions.
Smiles returning to the faces. Little darling, it seems like years since it's been here.
We've cut up the veggies and now we're prepping the rest of the ingredients. Black beans, corn kernels.
Here comes the
The last step is stripping the chicken down. We got to cook chicken, so we didn't have to cook chicken. Prepping's all done and now it's time to cook it all together. Nacho spice mix. Bone apple tea. Dinner's done, we're gonna sit back and eat it now. That's it, that's all, that's done.
sun, sun, here it comes.
Mama.
Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, it seems like years.
Update. It's a couple of days later. We're on our way home. The next morning when we woke up at that G-High camp, this sickness that I have was not very good at all. It was only getting worse. So we rested there for the morning. By the hour I was just still feeling like I was going to absolutely die. So we decided to head back to Thredbo where we got accommodation for the night so I could at least have a bed and a warm shower and that. And then this morning, slightly better, but still not good at all. I'm like losing my voice, I'm coughing up blood. I was pretty much sweating all night. I have like a bad chest thing. I don't know, it's obviously some sort of like flu or COVID or...
I'd laugh if it was just like the common cold and just because you're like, oh my god, I'm dying.
No, you've seen me. I've been like literally like on fire for the last 2 days, like sweating, shaking, shivering. I've like got a bad like chest and cough. So anyways, yeah, that's a bit of a bloody disaster for this trip. It's a bit frustrating and annoying. So I assume this is still one episode I would have put together, but we're just going to miss the second half of this trip, which would have been the Vic High Country. So it's only a 1-part series, this one. We're heading home 3-4 days early. Well, anyways, that's it. Vlog's over. I'm going home to try not to die. Bye.
Bye.